Okay, so disclaimer, I might hit just a little bit amount of spoilers going through this. So if you haven't seen the Rise of Skywalker, I would wait to watch this if you want to watch it, because there's a little bit of spoilers. What I would say is try to go into it with an open mind. That's how I kind of wanted to go into it. I wanted it to either let me down or surprise me. So this is a quick break. If you haven't seen it, you can go watch it. I'm going to give you a few seconds to click off the video. So you're still here. I just came back. It's the 20th on 1:15 a.m. Okay, I got back at home at 12. I showered. Okay, so through previous videos, if you've watched any of those, I have ranted on why I don't like Disney. I didn't like any of the Star Wars they've made. I didn't like where this was going. After watching The Rise of Skywalker, I don't get the hate for it. I don't. I loved, I don't know, I liked the movie, right? I enjoyed the movie. It was a pleasant experience. I liked Rey. I admit, I did like Rey. I liked the story of it. I liked the twist that Palpatine was her grandpa. That for me that was cool, and it kind of explains her strength with the Force, because if you really think about it, Palpatine created the Skywalkers, right? He was so strong that he created Anakin, or him, or his master, who was his master, but he then overthrew. So realistically, he should be more powerful than the master he overthrew anyway. So I mean, because technically they haven't said that Palpatine, like, in the movies Palpatine created, but it was cut out, and I'm pretty sure they've just confirmed it outright that yes, Palpatine created Anakin. Okay, through midi-chlorians. It's a long thing. Not going to cover that now, but she is the granddaughter of Palpatine, who created the Skywalker legacy. I liked watching the movie. It felt pleasant to me. It doesn't look, the Mandalorian feels more Star Wars, but it doesn't, it's not 8 disappointed me the whole way through. I didn't like 8 at all. I did like this movie. Some people are going to complain about maybe some of her Force abilities. What I liked the way that they explained Leia's training through Luke, and people might get upset. Leia shouldn't be a Jedi. You're right. Leia shouldn't have been a Jedi. But Leia was trained by Luke, who really wasn't a Jedi in the traditional sense anyway. He doesn't even know all the rules and the teachings. He was trained as a teenager, so why wouldn't he train his sister, who there was another? He knows she's strong with the Force. So of course he trained her, which then explains her training, who explains Leia's training through it all. Leia's got Force powers because we've seen her train. In the 8th, they don't even, because in the 8th her power was annoying because it didn't make sense. They didn't explain it. They explained that in episode 9. Rey's power. I liked Rey's conflict with the light and the dark, and how she won. And I liked the way Kylo turned back towards the light. I liked Adam Driver's performance as a whole. He did amazing. Okay. There is one thing I didn't really was too hot on, and that was Finn was kind of with Rose, but kind of was trying to tell Rey he loved her the whole time. There was no closure to that. I mean, the Rey kissing Kylo, kissing Ben was, for a lot of people that I've talked to, they were upset at that point, right? So we knew, you knew they had a connection through the whole thing, right? They were kind of flirty about it. They had something there. I liked it because it closed the door on Finn getting with Rey. Rey doesn't like him. Rey liked Ben. Ben's dead. Rey became more of a Jedi now that he's gone than she did before. Okay? I liked that. Some people might get upset about the lesbian kiss at the end. I thought it was great. They threw it in Who cares? It's just two people kissing, and they didn't if they had lingered on it for a long time going, hey, this is a thing, but they didn't. It was quick and to the point. It was just another thing, and that's the point. The relationship is normal. Of course it's normal. The point is to make it seem normal, and that's what they did, and I liked that. We have my brother was complaining about how Finn didn't seem special enough. He's not the best pilot. He's not a Jedi. I enjoyed that he was force sensitive. I kind of feel like we got a hint from that in episode 7. Interesting to see what what they're gonna do moving forward. I would imagine that they were gonna get a prequel trilogy and then go into a sequel trilogy, hopefully. In my perfect world of everything I get from Star Wars, I want from Star Wars, but I liked that. I watched a movie review guy. It was spoiler free. If I'm gonna find the video, I'll link it down below. I'll link his channel with the video. His video's gonna be with this channel. But I love his reviews. I love going to him. I think he was wrong. So Palpatine had already explained in episode 3 the power to not, prevent death, right? We didn't get to see how that worked. The point of having a sacrifice makes sense. And people might say, hey, why did he have kids, The point of having kids was so he could absorb them into himself. That's the point of having offspring. He wanted to, like Anakin had Luke, a strong midichlorian guy, made a strong midichlorian son and a daughter. Just like Palpatine's strong, his offspring is strong in the Force. It makes sense that way. Some people might complain about Palpatine. I saw somebody talk about how it ruins Anakin/Vader's turn back to the light side. It doesn't. Intent is what matters, when you're doing something. Like, even if he had failed and then Luke struck down Palpatine, just the fact that he tried would have been enough for him to make it full circle, in my mind. I enjoyed the whole time in the movie Rey toying between light and darkness. I really didn't know where she was gonna go, and I appreciated that. The Knights of Ren kind of feel like they just got the short end of the stick, but with so much going on in the movie, what could you really do with them, We didn't get to see them fight too much except for the end, but what could really happen? I don't really know what they could have done with them. There wasn't like space anywhere that I would feel comfortable slitting them in. I liked Zori as a character. I thought that was cool. I actually enjoyed how her and Poe didn't get in the end, like the classic. I appreciated that. There is one. Okay, so go now. I've talked about the movie. I talked about how I enjoyed it. I'm going to go into my nitpicks. And to be honest, they're just little things, right? So I wish that instead of Anakin's lightsaber, this as a whole, it was Luke's lightsaber. Because Anakin's lightsaber kind of like fell off of Cloud City. Remember that? I feel like having it be Luke's lightsaber instead would have been cooler. Whatever. It's what it is. I wish Hayden Christensen would have made an appearance. Like a physical appearance. He was there as a ghost at one point. Didn't actually appear, but I feel like he should have some way appeared. He is the chosen one. At the end, on Tatooine, when Rey looks off in the sun and she goes, "I'm a Skywalker," I feel like Ben should have been there. Like, cause you remember at the end of episode 6, we see Luke stare off and he sees Obi-Wan and Yoda, and then in fades Anakin. Cool. I think Luke, Leia, who should have faded in? Oh, look. And it shouldn't have been Solo, wasn't a Jedi, shouldn't have been him. The only time he showed up was the memory of Kylo. It should have been Ben. Ben turned into, he went all Jedi ghost on us and disappeared into thin air. He should have completed his circle and should be part of the Force and should have showed up as a Force ghost. Other than that, I really don't have any critiques on the movie too much. I liked the way the whole spy General Hux thing went down. That was I like, and it just killed off. Totally enjoy that. That I liked it. The comedy scenes, I appreciate it. They didn't beat us over the head with comedy, but like with C-3PO and then fucking Adam Driver. He pulls the lightsaber out of his back, which I kind of saw coming, but then he I really liked that. I liked Adam Driver's whole character through the whole thing. Rey's lightsaber at the end, I don't know if it was orange, yellow, or gold, and if you don't know, they do have very different meanings. Um, I think it was yellow, and I don't know if it's like Jedi Sentinel yellow or like more of a gray Jedi yellow. It lightsaber colors are confusing and weird. I like that she put both the lightsabers into the sand. I like that Finn got hinted at being a Jedi. Um, I didn't like the way Finn and Rose were. I wanted closure for that. There wasn't really a closure for Finn and Poe, like Finn and Rose. And it's the end of the movie. There's supposed to be some kind of closure. It's not like they're not. Are they together? Because Rose clearly likes him, and then he likes Rey, but never tells her. It doesn't get rejected, but it doesn't seem like he's totally against being with Rose because they clearly have something going on. Like that was weird. I know the actor for Poe wanted Poe and Finn to have something going on. That would have just been. That just doesn't seem to fit. Cool thought, but nothing really to turn into action. But I liked Palpatine. I loved Palpatine. I was scared of the way they were going to do Palpatine, and it's how did he do it? He'd infiltrated and just worked his way through the First Order, and the goal the entire time was basically Rey, and he almost basically won, and which I think is great because his goal was to carry on the Sith, whether it be him being struck down and he joined the crowd of the past Sith, or him absorbing Kylo and Rey. It's gonna be hard not to call him Kylo, and becoming super powerful again and taking everybody down. By the way, the power there is totally understandable. He had just absorbed the end of the Skywalker line and the end of his own line back into himself and absorbed their entire life force. Two of the strongest force wielders of the galaxy. Makes total sense that he was fucking OP as shit. Excuse my language. But yeah, I think the hate that I'm seeing on the movie is coming from a place of disgust from the eighth and just Star Wars hate in general. I don't think it was that bad of a movie really at all. I enjoyed it. In terms of movies I enjoy of the sequel trilogy, it probably goes 9, 7, 8. 8 was bad. 8 fucked up 7 for me. Yeah, because things that from 7 that led into 8 are just disappointing. And 9 kind of stands on its own, which I appreciate. But yeah, um, I I I think Disney as a whole, they worry me. But I think if you look back for this channel, I've been very critical of Disney. It's been pretty well deserved. But this doesn't like I went into this and before I tried to clear my mind of all hatred, I was really thinking, what if Lucasfilm buys themselves out and just throws out these last 3 movies? I don't I liked the ending. I did. It 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 was a satisfying ending for me. I didn't feel disappointed like I did with the 8th. I kind of feel like I did with the 7th when I kind of felt hopeful and excited for Star Wars. Um I appreciated Force Ghost. It was kind of weird the way they had been like touching each other the whole time, Kylo and Rey, but I'm not totally against it, you know. Fucking weirder, weirder things have happened. But yeah, I enjoyed it. And that's not a very popular opinion to have, but I uh I think we should all take a step back and not just hate blindly. Really take a good look at the movie, because I think it's actually pretty good. And there's not, as a big Star Wars geek, I don't think I hated it. I thought it was pretty good. That's gonna end this video. It's been going on a little long. I need to go to sleep. I gotta work tomorrow early morning, but I wanted to stay up and make this. So that was my impression. Comment down below if what you think. I would love to talk to anybody. I'll probably come around sometime. I've got to talk about the Mandalorian now, dude. Now that shit's Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.